You're always in my head now. You made me lose my mind, and I've got you in my bed now. Why are you so unkind?
We have got the man himself, Lawrence, the frontman from Voodoo Vegas, is joining us live right here on Chaotic Radio. Good evening, sir.
Hello, how are you?
Very well. Good to hear you, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. It's early in the morning here in sunny Bournemouth. Although it's not sunny because it's night time.
Now, I have to ask you because there's a gentleman in the chat room that disagreed with me about the time change. So what time is it right now in Great Britain?
It's 20 to 3. 20 to 3 in the morning.
That doesn't make any sense. How is that possible? That's the weird.
I don't know.
Guess what? None of us can read our fucking clocks, so we give up. It doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine.
Hang on a second.
Sure.
What is it? It's 20 to 4. Oh, time differences.
So it is in fact 3:30. It is in fact.
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Fine, I give up. So, okay. Welcome and thank you very much for joining us here tonight, Lawrence. I appreciate it. We're here to talk about Voodoo Vegas. Now, I found you guys originally, I think, on MySpace, which I want to talk to you about a little bit later on as well. And then, little by little, I saw that you guys were starting to promote more. You were sending out more links, and I was fortunate enough as a station to be contacted by your folks, I think by Merrill. And I said, God damn, listen to that. You know, and as soon as I heard So Unkind, I said, Jesus, we got to get that. We have to have that. I was thoroughly impressed. So talk to me about Voodoo Vegas. How long have you guys been around? Where did you get your start? Give me the breakdown here. What's the background?
Playing together for about 4 or 5 years together, and then we've had different people in the band. We had Ash back in 2006 join the band, and then 2008. But the lineup we've got at the moment is definitely the strongest we've got, and yeah, we've just been playing all around the UK and been playing in Europe and stuff. So yeah, been very busy. So it's been good, man. Good.
That's excellent. And you know, I there's a definite vibe. I mean, your songs and not just So Unkind, but some of the other things I've listened to. You guys have definitely a higher energy. I mean, you strike me as a party band. I mean, you're the rock band that people want to have at midnight, you know, when you want to re-energize the party and get shit moving again. Where does your sound come from? What are your influences? And frankly, are you the principal songwriter? Where does your sound come from?
My influences are definitely Aerosmith, and Mr. Nick's is like AC/DC. Me and Nick are kind of the principal songwriters at first, then it's sort of me, Nick and Ash are definitely, we write all the songs together. It's kind of like just jamming in a room, getting riffs, and very high energy. I suppose that, you know, being inspired by AC/DC and Aerosmith and all the old class rock bands does give you this party feel. Definitely Van Halen as well, we really like them over here.
Really?
So, yeah, it's kind of like that. Yeah, I wrote Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2. So I think Nick introduced me to them back then, and we're very, obviously, David Lee Roth, very high energy, and definitely a high energy band. It's good. We can always get the room moving if we're playing somewhere, or festivals, or various other rocking venues.
And speaking of venues, from what I can see, I mean, your list of venues is pretty impressive, to say the least. I mean, not that most of our listeners, I'd say, 80% are stateside, but even I recognize a lot of the names of the venues. I mean, you've had a pretty good run in terms of where you're playing. I mean, what's the highlight for you? How are you finding yourselves in these bigger venues?
Highlights for me playing, bigger venues for us. The reason how we got into a lot of these bigger venues that we were supporting Guns N' Roses tribute band for a while, but they get a lot of people go and watch them. A lot of people just want to go out on a Saturday night and hear like Sweet Child of Mine, and so the venues always get the tribute bands always book up a really big, like get really full up. And we just would go on and do sort of 30-40 minutes before them, and that would work really well. And often we now get booked back on our own back, not playing with a tribute band. So it works really well for us like that, and that's how we've sort of built up a really strong fan base all around the UK and Europe. They recommend any other bands are listening. Although they don't pay very well.
Well, and I'm sure that's got to be.
Don't pay you anything.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't think it's all that different from the stateside either. You know, there's young bands out there that just will pour out their blood, sweat, and tear, and still having to pay for their own lager at the end of the night. So, I kind of understand that. We've been to places like to Belfast, and the place we played over in Belfast was like 600 people, and the Irish people were just pumped up, ready, they just wanted to rock. And we went on, we'd go on, and that place would be quite a late night, so we'd be going on at sort of like 10, half 10. Which is late over here to having the first band go on, and we would do 45 minutes, and the people would be going crazy, like they haven't even seen us before. And one of the best things about doing those gigs and kind of being a support act was like you'd start playing, and the audience would be like, "Oh man, who are these guys? I haven't really heard of them." But then, song by song, they sort of start cracking. And you can see them progressively get more into you, and by the end of the song they just want more and more. Then that leads them to buying merchandise and CDs. So that's how we have made that works very well for us. But those gigs are very good to do, so very highly recommended. Well, and there you go. I mean, at least you've got the marketing sense now. From a business perspective, because obviously you're out there having fun making music. We all get that. We know that's the passion.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to say to yourself, I want to quit the day job and make my way this way. So, I mean, do you have a manager? Do you have somebody working the business end, or are you guys literally out there beating the bricks on your own and doing the hard work?
Kind of, well, me, I do a lot of the ideas and the management side of it, and Meryl does a lot as well. And she's, I sort of say, "Oh, Meryl, let's do this," and she'll then sit behind a laptop for a good few hours and do some. It works really well, both of us doing it like that. So the other guys do stuff, but it's a lot of it's me and Meryl, and oh, sorry, I've got sound coming out of your chat room. I'm just joining, just sorting that out. Yeah,
hit that mute button, brother. Hit that little mute button next to the smiley.
What's going on?
That's our fabulous chat room.
Why is there an advert playing?
What's that? Oh, it's stickham.com bullshit that I'm stuck with. I have to deal with it.
Shush.
Oh well, it'll stop. Don't worry. Relax.
Ad will end in 12 seconds. That's quite funny.
They do that. All these sites do that to us, but it's only because I like to play videos for my audience. So now Meryl, I know you mentioned did she make it through the night? Is she able to join us this evening?
Meryl is sitting next to me. She
cool.
might be able to. I can see that she's because we're getting up. It's quite late here. She's very tired at the moment, so
not at her best. I understand. We respect the
she's
lady's
not at her best. Yeah.
Space. We understand. We respect the space. We're looking at pictures of her right now. So the guys over here in the States are going, "Holy God, look at that!" So then I'm going to put your ugly mug back up there and calm them down. So now.
Yeah.
Let's talk about album. Where are we at in terms of music that's been released? Is there an EP? Is there a full length? Are you several albums in? Where are you guys in terms of your music?
The funny thing is, we've never actually released, or with this lineup, and Meryl's been in the band for 2 years, and previously we've never gone into the studio and really recorded anything in the studio. Really, we've done So Unkind. That was for was it some people from a university over here got in contact with us and wanted to do a music video with us. So we went to the studio and recorded So Unkind really quickly. But we've kind of been we recorded a live album. And people can get that if they like. I mean, if the listeners are listening and wanted to get a copy, they could leave a message on our Facebook page, and we could just send them one in the post if they would like. But we've kind of been selling that for the last 2 years and saving the money to go and do our own studio album. But then the good thing about that is that we've written better and better songs. So I mean, the songs on the live album are good, but the new songs we've been writing are so much better. So when we do our studio album, which we are definitely going to be doing this summer, it's going to be a real kick-ass rock and roll album that I hope we think is going to blow everyone away, because they've only been listening to our live album for the last 2 years. Definitely worth getting
Yeah, and I'm just, as you can probably see, I'm posting a link out there. If you guys want to get more information on the band, you can go to www.voodoovegas.com. That site is jam-packed with information, everything from dates to venues to galleries to the music, behind the scenes, lineup of the band, everything that you want to find out about these guys is on that site. Now, I want to jump for a second to a subject we touched on very briefly, is MySpace. Now, like I said, I think I originally came across you guys in a MySpace capacity, probably, God, if it wasn't a year ago, that I first noticed your name. What do you make of what MySpace has become? I mean, as somebody who's an artist and somebody who's trying to promote your work, I got to tell you, from my side of the fence, it's useless at this point. MySpace makes no sense to me any longer. What about you?
MySpace is rubbish. I can't go on with it. It used to be, because we had VoodooVegas.com, and not a lot of bands when we started had, or were in Bournemouth and where we are in town, had VoodooVegas.com, or had their own website. And had MySpace, and we obviously got the MySpace as well. Back then it worked really well. You used to be able to contact people and say, do you want to come to this gig and check us out and leave comments on pages. Then what would happen is that other bands would keep doing that and keep doing that, and eventually just MySpace would just become this bomb of spam, and it's just terrible now. You can't even use it. It's shocking. I mean, we use Facebook and Twitter, but you can't even use MySpace now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the website shuts down soon. Yeah,
well,
it's terrible.
Change their logo, change their name. They have to do TV commercials now just to keep people. I agree with you. I noticed that, always had a pretty decent sized following on MySpace for what we do, but never would get messages from people. Nobody'd fucking write us. Who cares? Who's interested in writing me about anything? Now, ever since this change, Jesus Christ, the inbox gets 5 messages a day from people telling me to go buy their t-shirt or go buy their jewelry or go pull their album or get tickets to their show, and you're absolutely right. But the question
man, one of the most annoying things that sorry.
No, please go.
Sorry. One of the most annoying things for me would be is like we'd get a message or a post or like a comment on the wall, and this is like you're talking about the spam, would be you get a comment on the wall from like a sort of rap band from some mid-America account and saying, come and watch our show, and it's like, well, we live in Bournemouth in England, how are we going to get there, and the show's on tomorrow night? It's just become this horrible spam thing, and no wonder no one goes on MySpace no more. It's terrible. That website will disappear eventually. They'll just shut it down. I got an iPhone. They released a MySpace iPhone app, and I log into that, and it just crashes. They haven't even sorted that out. So it's shocking. Every time you tune in, every time I log into that app to try and read a message, it would then crash. I don't know if anyone else has got that, but not very good.
I've heard similar nonsense. So the question then turns to the other side, what you and I are using right now, which I'm just like you. I'm using Facebook. This whole station lives and breathes and dies by Facebook. Twitter a little bit, not so much. But do you see the same trend starting to happen with Facebook now? That's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing a little bit more of the same. It's all spam mentality. I try not to spam people on Facebook. I really do. Some people will tell me I'm full of shit. But what about you? I mean, do you see that trend happening with Facebook as well?
Yeah, no, because of fan pages, and we've got the Voodoo Vegas fan page now, and I don't think that's too spammy because you just post up on there, and I've just done it now, and it's like an instant. Well, one of the good things I've done with that was that we play these gigs to the big audiences, and we'd hand out stickers with VoodooVegas.com on it. And you can put the little click to like button on your website, and like we gained, like last year we gained over 2,000 people signed up to our page, just from doing shows and handing out stickers. And if anyone ever wrote on the wall, I would then, maybe it is spamming them a little bit, but I would then message them and say, hey, can you suggest our page to your friends, and I would send them an MP3 if they'd done it for free. And that works really well as well, because you would kind of build a friendship up with the people, and then when you come back to their town, they'd be really excited to come and see you again. So, and you don't have to spam them by just posting up on a news feed for Facebook. It's not as bad. It's not as bad at all as MySpace was. That was shocking. Not good at all.